apparently Hasan got something cooking too. He losing his mind over there. Let me add his name to the title too as well, in case I haven't. But yeah, he over there wilding out in these streets, being a straight Looney Tune. Let me change this thumbnail too as well while I'm changing things in here. But yeah, Hasan, like get to the video. We don't want to hear your little editing stuff in the background, nigga. Like, what's up with you? I'm doing it. Right, Hasan's a loser. Let's get to him responding to some things. And he ain't gonna be sounding right. This video is from More Pegasus. I think that his content is amazing. And I think he's a dope person from when I spoke to him like 1,000 years ago. It was like when I first started YouTube. But he took the time and actually gave me some kind words and advice. So let's get into it and watch Hasan cry. Follow me on Twitch too.
Welcome back, everybody, to your daily dose of drama. Now, it turns out Hasan has released a new video responding to his 24-hour ban, and this might be the single stupidest response I've ever seen. Like, I need whatever he's smoking, man. He's in another universe. Now, we got a bunch of updates. Both Hasan and Asmongold are considering multi-streaming, potentially even on Twitter, which is
Wait, I must be. Oh, nah, nigga. All right, hold on. Oh, snap. That's crazy. Oh, I never thought I would have seen a day. Oh, yeah. See, this is why I got to live stream more often. I'm missing stuff. Hasan got banned. This is crazy. He deserves to, though, for damn sure. Let's keep watching.
Interesting. Asmongold also reveals a secret about Hasan's agency, Night Media. Ethan from Ace Racer continues dunking on Anissa Jomha and continues his beef with Taylor Lorenz, the disgraced hack journalist. Even more fighters from Creator Clash 3 are speaking out, and the event is in shambles. Alrighty, subscribe for 700k. Check out the Legendary series if you want to catch up with all the drama in case you're lost. Now grab your snacks and let's begin. Starting with this video by Hasan, he's made a video crying about his ban, and you can see he's loving it because he got 4 times the views of his normal videos. So he starts with this clip of him supposedly critically analyzing the shooter's manifesto.
Hello. If you're watching this, that means I just got banned. I covered the motives of the Israeli embassy staff shooter, which apparently, according to Twitch terms of service,
Sorry for the ads. I'm broke. Eventually, I will get the ads off.
Dictates a suspension, even if I critically examine the manifesto, which is precisely what I did. The reason why I read this is specifically so that you understand that, like, there is a shit ton of people that are like, no, this is the shooter's actions were directly about finding some Jewish victim to kill. Okay, it's deliberate. It's clear what his reasoning is. You don't have to agree with what he did, and I'm not urging you to.
Okay, genuine question to the audience. What does that even mean? You don't have to agree with what he did. I'm not urging you to. Who the fuck is agreeing with what the shooter did? Like, who are you talking to here?
Crazy.
Do you actually have to tell your chat to not agree with the shooter? He murdered 2 innocent civilians in America. That's not helping the Palestinian cause. And I just love the way he says it. I'm not urging you to support the shooter, guys. I'm not urging you to. Please believe me, I'm not urging you to. The fact that you even have to say something like that is just absolutely insane. Anyways, in this next part, he somehow finds a way to defend the shooter, saying that, oh, the media should just report that he's mad about the violence in Gaza, as if that's somehow free reign to go shoot and murder people.
And I'm not urging you to, okay? I'm not saying that at all, but it is deliberate. Ask yourself why the media is not saying that the shooter did this.
I'm not trying to pose too crazy. I know people that watch reactions hate that. You know what I mean? But what's wrong with him? Like, what's actually wrong with Hasan? This nigga is crazy. This is what he out here kicking? Hasan is bugged out, bro. Like, whoa. Dude. Chill out. You would be wondering why I react to stuff about Hasan, because he's a clown. Destiny a clown too, though. We'll get it twisted.
Because they were distraught with the violence that they had seen unfolded in Gaza.
Okay, so Hasan is mad that the media is not playing defense for the shooter. Dude, you can be distraught about the violence in Gaza and not shoot civilians in America. Like, how is that okay? Is that actually a controversial take that you should not be shooting civilians? And then this guy wonders why he got banned, even though it's not really a ban, a 24-hour suspension, right? And it should have been a permaban, right? Not even specifically for this, but for the open terrorist support. I find that much more bannable. But it's just no shock that this guy is running defense for the shooter, critically analyzing the manifesto, he says. Hasan couldn't critically analyze a tissue box. This guy can't even watch a YouTube video without his chair taking up half the airtime. Now, this next part, Hasan says the reason that he analyzed the manifesto was to dispel misinformation, as if this guy isn't like the leading proponent of misinformation and lies.
Now, the reason why I had critically examined the manifesto of the Israeli embassy staff shooter was because there was a lot of misinformation taking place, as is the case usually online whenever there's a breaking news story. This is what I do. A big part of what I do is holding people's hands through the news media process by allowing them to think critically and helping them understand media literacy.
Ah, yes, because people cannot think for themselves. You gotta have Hasan hold your hand and guide you to the right side, right? Because all of your opinions, anything that you came up with, that's completely wrong. You gotta have an educated intellectual, you know, somebody who's a Twitch streamer to come hold your hand and educate you throughout this conflict. Did you think that the shooting was a tragedy? Let me actually walk you through this, guys. Let me understand it for you, because you're not media literate. Hasan is like the idiot translator, right? Before you look at any news, you gotta run it through the filter of Hasan, which is basically my side is correct and can do no wrong, and the other side is bad, which is basically terrorists equals good guys. I'm supposed to be listening to Mr. I support the Houthis 10 toes down and believe they're doing a good thing.
I believe what the Houthis are doing is a good thing. 10 toes down.
You can't be serious. How can anybody trust your coverage when you portray terrorists as the good guys? And you wonder why you're losing viewership and everybody's turning against you, and apparently all these slop tubers are turning against you. Like, it's because you're completely unhinged. It is just insane to praise bloodthirsty murderers with no moral compass. Then he talks about the CNN clip with the ADL guy and basically tries to say that, you know, his rhetoric is not that extremist.
All of us need to call it out. I'm thinking about the New York Times doing a gauzy profile a few weeks ago of this gamer, Hasan Piker, who read...
This nigga Hasan need to take that damn straw hat off of his table. I don't like it. I don't like it, nigga. Get that straw hat off of your back, right? Like, just move it, nigga. You don't deserve it.
Regularly employs awful genocidal rhetoric against Jewish people in the Jewish state.
This is slander through and through. I do not apply awful genocidal language towards Jewish people.
That's a capachungus if I've ever seen one, in my opinion. There's a lot of new people watching these videos, so let me just read you back one of Hasan's classic lines, and then you can tell me if it's genocidal rhetoric. Hasan says, if you have ever exhibited any positive statements about the state of Israel any time in your life ever, you know, not now, just any time ever in your life, you should be treated like a neo-Nazi, ran off the streets, not even fit to be the local dog walker.
Regardless of your background, any kind of...
I'm blasted. Damn, Damn, I thought I saw smoke. So I'm like waving the smoke out the way. Like, where's that coming from? I looked, made sure my joint wasn't still lit. Nigga, it's my reflection on the damn TV looking cloud. That's... I'm blasted, boy. Still more entertaining than Hasan, I'll tell you that much. Way more entertaining than Hasan.
Fucking Zionist tendency should be treated in the same way as...
Do me a favor, hit the like button, share the video as well, subscribe if you haven't, drop some comments. You know I'll be reading the comments, man.
Being a fucking rabid neo-Nazi, and you shouldn't even let someone be the fucking local dog catcher as Felix was posting, if they've ever exhibited any sort of like positive feelings about the state of Israel. I'm so serious about this.
Now, let me just break that down for you. Who has exhibited positive feelings about the state of Israel ever in their life? Jews. So just doing some simple maths there, a little bit of addition there. What kind of rhetoric is that, Hasan? When you say the Houthis deserve a Nobel Prize and their slogan is death to America, death to Israel, curse the Jews.
As it is implemented a genocide.
All right, let's give them a peace prize. Whatever. I don't care. Let's give them a peace prize.
I think they deserve it.
Yes, absolutely.
Also, this video is for educational purposes.
Absolutely. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And when you say you should not yield when people ask you about supporting Hamas, whose charter says they want to kill all the Jews.
There are going to be people that, for example, come to you and say, oh, I guess you love Hamas then. And in that moment, you can't fucking yield, okay?
So what exactly does that mean, Hasan? I'm just curious what kind of rhetoric that falls under because, you know, I'm just critically analyzing your own statements here. Also, this guy talking about slander is hilarious. Like, what evidence do you have that Asmongold is a PDF file?
The bill bans any obscene depiction of a minor or someone who looks like one. It's awesome because Asmon literally lives in Texas and he has to now delete half of his fucking...
Here we go again.
Wow.
Another one of your favorite fits. Ruined by a phone.
Skip that damn ad.
fucking library if this is the case.
Or that Asmongold murdered his mom.
Hasan is doing all of this. He's retweeting people that are trying to call me a mom murdering cockroach. And he's using Palestinians as a shield for this disgusting behavior.
He literally just does nonstop slander regularly, and now he's crying about people calling him out? Literally one of the biggest hypocrites on the internet.
Extremists should not be empowered. People who spout prejudice should not be platformed. This is a moment when we need to look ourselves in the mirror and say, we've got to stop this because the consequences are deadly.
Here, Jonathan Greenblatt was making an implication that my rhetoric was responsible for this Israeli embassy staffer shooter going out and finding Israeli embassy staffers and shooting them. This is ridiculous. There is no connection between me and the shooter.
I mean, yeah, that is true. There is no evidence that Hasan led to this specific shooting. I will say that because unlike Hasan, I can actually be logical about a situation and I don't need to become a lying piece of shit like him. So I'm not going to say something as 100% factual when it is not proven true. But of course, to say his rhetoric doesn't inflame people in general is insane. He absolutely radicalizes people to one side, as I just pointed out from the various statements.
What was he doing with that pearl necklace? Who gave the pearl necklace to Hasan? Nigga, like who? Which one was Destiny? Nigga, nah, they don't like each other. It was Ida. Oh. Oh. That's
He's made, which could easily be interpreted by some people as explicitly racist. Also, I just find it very interesting that he wiped out his Twitch VODs after this whole shooting incident and after the whole ban. I'm just curious, you know, like why did he wipe out the VODs? Like what was the chat saying? What was he saying? You know, if he has nothing to hide, I feel like you wouldn't wipe those VODs out, right? Because people will speculate, and now people are just going to assume the worst. Then he tries to defend the fact that he was trying to imply that it was a false flag.
Breaking. Hasan Piker, hailed by the New York Times as the future of progressivism, tells his audience that the DC attack might have been a false flag, then immediately says the guy was genuine with his actions. This is glorification of terrorism. Now, these two statements here are at odds with one another. But what's actually even crazier is that this is a 37-second video that is attached to this statement. Let's take a look at that 37-second video. But like I'm not Mr. False Flag at all, but like every single thing that he did in the aftermath of the shooting is so fucking crazy that it's like you could not have fucking designed a incident like this. You could not have designed a better false flag incident like this. I'm not saying it is a false flag incident at all. I'm not saying that. I think this is just a one dude who is genuine in his actions and maybe, you know, a little bit brain broken. Okay. Most people that retweeted this didn't even actually watch the video to see whether or not it actually matched up with what this person was saying. This is a 37 seconds long video, and this dumbass lied about everything.
Yeah, everybody saw that clip in its full context. We just saw it right now as well, and it still does not look good for you. The caption literally pointed out exactly what you said, that you said this shoot.
Hasan think we as dumb as he is. Like, this nigga's crazy. He truly believe that. He think we stupid over here. I said, Hasan, I've been keeping up with his downfall. So basically, Hasan adding to misinformation, guided Hasan honestly, Hasan is an anime tourist and no real understanding of anime. That's what it seemed like. So I agree with the Straw Hat statement. Facts, yo. I don't think he doesn't carry the spirit of Nika in him. Know what I mean? If you know, you know. He don't got Nika in him, right? I don't hear no drums of liberation whenever he out here and he's in these streets. I don't see it. I think I'm a Straw Hat more than this nigga. Shit, I might be what's his name? Carl's own pirate too. Never mind. Now I'm getting into my anime flow.
Shooter was genuine in his actions. And riddle me this, guys. What action did the shooter do? Shoot people, right? That is his action. So the action of shooting people is genuine? Is that what Hasan is saying? Because what other action did the shooter do? So you guys tell me, how are people supposed to interpret that information, right? It's basically him playing defense for the shooter. And Hasan will always do this bullshit, right? Like, technically, I said it wasn't a false flag, guys, but you could not have designed a better false flag. And oh my God, if it was a false flag, like, okay, we can play that game. Hasan is not a terrorist supporter, guys. Hasan is not a racist person. Hasan is not a slanderous piece of shit. You know, that would perfectly explain everything and all of his actions and, you know, all of his general demeanor and everything. But I'm not saying he's any of those things, guys. I'm actually not saying it. I'm actually denouncing it, actually. You see how it's not very convincing that you don't actually believe those things? Anyways, then he talks about how Jake Tapper, the CNN host, might have gotten him banned.
Stated, Hasan Piker, star of Amazon's Twitch, says the attack sure looks like a perfect false flag. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The guy was genuine with his actions. How fucking absolutely gross is it that this is currently being streamed right now to 40,000 people? Then it turned into this. Hasan Piker, hailed by the New York Times, the future of progressivism, tells his audience that the DC attack might have been a false flag. And yet, here is Jake Tapper retweeting this. So I guess Jake Tapper, one of the most important members of the media, who just came out with a book talking about how the media narratives did not match up with what the people were seeing in terms of Joe Biden's senility, is still doing ridiculous things like this. It doesn't make any sense. But of course, all of that pressure inevitably led to Twitch taking this action. I had covered manifestos in the past on my broadcast. None of those manifestos actually met the same level of scrutiny. This one did. And I don't believe this one did exclusively because it was about Israel. I think this manifesto was simply used as an opportunity to try to get me banned by gaming the terms of service. I did not think I was going to get suspended, but I'll take it.
Yeah, this guy is talking about terms of service. You can't be serious, dude. You violated TOS about 5,000 times. What are you even talking about? You actually think they needed an excuse to ban you as if they did not have like years of material? And again, can you stop crying about this? It was a 24-hour suspension. You literally, on your day off, you literally lost nothing. You have the entire Twitch staff in your back pocket. The literal CEO of the website has gone on record saying you are his favorite streamer. He's not going to give you any form of punishment. And I don't know anything about this Jake Tapper guy, but I don't think he had anything to do with this. Retweeting a tweet means he probably just didn't agree with you. It doesn't mean that he actually got you banned. I mean, the people banning you are on your side, so you just can't lose if you're on Twitch. And if it's true what XQC said last video, that they basically DM you when they're going to ban you and even negotiate when to ban you, which days and what time, then it pretty much confirms that all of this is just like a publicity stunt for you. Which
that would be nuts. That's what they doing out here in these streets? Nick. Yo, stuff is different out here. It's crazy. Wow.
Which is honestly why I'm glad Twitch is dying, so that it forces Hasan to either quit or, I don't know, move to somewhere like YouTube where he can't control the narrative and he's actually not even close to one of the biggest streamers. Anyways, what a pathetically horrible response. Of course, the Hasan fans are just eating this up. This is somebody responding to his ban. At the risk of sounding parasocial, I can't imagine how isolated Hasan must feel in the streaming space. Fascist Nazis celebrate your downfall and your purists clam up or plain don't care. 36k likes. Okay, first off, you are absolutely parasocial. Second off, calling anyone who disagrees with you a fascist Nazi is a sign of an idiot. And what do you mean your purists clam up? They've been chirping nonstop. We've been in a beef with them for the past month. Parody account, clearly not an actual real fan, because they would know, as we all know, that it's on 9/11 Nepo baby Diddy Osama bin Laden doesn't That name is so good.
Yeah, I was gonna say they went off the name, bro. They wilding out here in these streets.
Man. Anyways, moving on to some Discord messages by Hasan. Don't worry, this time he's not telling his fans he's going to neck himself over losing viewership. Not on TikTok, but on YouTube. I might have to start dual streaming. Y'all be serious. I fell off. I honestly do wonder if Hasan would be allowed to stream on YouTube as well, because I don't know, the second like a little bit of drama gets stirred up and people start to notice him, I don't know if YouTube will take action. I mean, I get demonetized like regularly for the dumbest shit. Like there was a picture of iDubbbz and friends throwing up the middle finger, and I got demonetized. My entire video got demonetized for that. It was then Asmongold talks about multi-streaming.
I'll be wanting to throw the middle finger up on a regular basis, and I catch myself. I'd be like that. Like that. I'd be like. You see me shadow boxing, I almost do the middle.
Ming?
I think that when I start multi-streaming, you're going to see a lot of people
I might start multi-streaming again.
that are going to move.
Follow me on Twitch, guys. Follow me on Twitch.
Move after I do it. Like that will, I think it will be a very, very big moment. But I think that a lot of people are waiting on somebody to do it and for it to actually kind of like happen. Because like, why don't you now? Honestly, because I haven't set it up. I'll probably start sometime next week.
Asmongold says he's been in contact with people at Twitter and X, is willing to help them change their entire platform and stream there for a month for free.
I don't know how much time I can really invest into doing this, right? But I could probably give them like at least 20 hours a week. I mean, maybe, I don't know how much.
I've been contemplating streaming on Twitter. Right? I've been contemplating it. Not Twitch, though. Twitch, I am going to get back on there, but I don't know. They have some certain restrictions.
How much time I could really go beyond that.
But follow me on Twitch.
I mean, for free, really. I mean, if they want, like, we could really work for like maybe like a month or so and like get the website up to par for like live streaming. I could do that. That'd be no big deal. You know, if they wanted to take live streaming seriously, I think that X could be the place for live streaming. But they just have to do a few different things and change the UI a little bit, which would require, it'd probably be like $30-50 million to get everything like set up and ready.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about streaming on Twitter. At the current state, it feels super janky. Videos are like half buffering and low quality, and it just doesn't seem like a good place to stream.
That's why he's saying it would take all those millions to fix all of that and do certain things. Right? I have seen people stream or try to do stuff on Twitch for sure. Not Twitch, Twitter for sure. And it depends on how you do it. Right? I've seen people stream on Facebook and have a career. Like that ass.
Right now, if that somehow changes, maybe. But I can't imagine the Twitter chat, bro. That's got to be like the most diabolical place on earth. Twitter stream chat, Jesus Christ. But yeah, in general, Asmongold's multi-streaming will definitely convince a bunch of other top streamers to move as well. Anyways, this next part, Asmongold reveals that both him and Hasan are represented by the same agency, Night Media. And, you know, if you know Night Media, they basically have like a chokehold on...
I was going to say, before you get into this, rewind this back a little bit. Why give one site exclusive, especially if they're not paying you exclusive, right? Right now, I'm currently streaming on YouTube. I have a Twitch. I've been building it up slowly, streaming on there once in a while. I'm going to eventually start multi-streaming. Every time I stream, I'll stream on both YouTube and Twitch, right? Niggas ain't give me no contract. I ain't no big streamer, so why would I cheat myself? Right? Plus, you never know if one platform might ban you, so you just go another one. Yeah, I think it's very essential to stream on every
same agency, Night Media. And you know, if you know Night Media, they basically have like a chokehold on every big creator ever, right? They just handle all their sponsorships. They help them do merch deals and launch a bunch of products and stuff like that. And it's funny because they help give Hasan these puff piece articles online while also earning Asmongold a bunch of money. You know, so they kind of play both sides. It's I don't know, a classic like big company maneuver, I guess.
Actually, you know what? I probably shouldn't say this. This is a bit too much behind the curtain. You know, Hasan's had a lot of articles, right? Yeah, and everybody knows we're rep by the same agency.
Crazy.
I went and I said, yo, by the way, guys, like y'all are getting major props for, you know, like the motion Hasan's been getting. And like, I linked them a few of the tweets, and they appreciated. They were like, thanks. They were. Not Night Media.
Wow.
Yeah, you said it before. And so, yeah, I was like, no, that's it. The guys are farming. Yeah, I mean, because I gotta respect it, right? That's it.
Okay, again, not really surprised.
Wow.
Night Media kind of owns like every big creator you can ever think of. It's kind of like if you cross a certain sub count, they just automatically absorb you into their body or whatever the hell. And I feel like in these sort of situations,
chill,
it's
hit
always
you up, nigga. Chill when he's sliding your DM trying to get you down, nigga. You a big creator.
some dude on top just puppet mastering everything, kind of playing both sides, profiting off both sides, because money is money, Let's move on to Ethan dunking on Anissa once again. Ethan calls out Anissa for effing over so many people in Creator Clash 3. Anissa tried to pull a Taylor Lorenz and weaponized therapy speak, cry bully. Anissa tweets, okay, it's time for loved ones to step up for real. Parents, partner, someone. And I assume she's referring to Ethan here, maybe? Anissa, you have effed over so many people. People that have booked flights and hotels are wondering what the hell is going on.
Why is she even still talking about this, nigga? Let's move on.
Talking about Creator Clash 3. Two creators got frustrated waiting for you to announce the event was canceled and announced it themselves. You still have not announced the event cancellation. You are still selling tickets. People are reporting that their refund requests are being denied. I think it's a pretty good idea at this point to worry about your own affairs first, especially considering the longer this goes on, it feels more and more like a fully fledged fraud. I'd be talking to lawyers about your criminal liability instead of talking to Twitter. But don't worry, guys. She has no regrets and is happier than she's ever been. I'm saying this so genuinely. It's okay to ask for help. Please get help. Like, who is she talking to here? Yourself? Because it would definitely apply to you. Ethan's not
soundbar, right? Maybe you're talking to iDubbbz.
Lying. I have a theory. It's almost like Ian and Anissa needed someone to blame for Creator Clash going to shit. They thought everyone would blame Ethan. They hoped to wash their hands off of it after Ian sabotaged it. Ian acted like stepping down out of respect for the charity, but it was all part of the plan. I would bet the money is long gone and they're hoping it'll blow over. Well, I guess we'll see if they get away with it. That would be an insane theory, by the way. Someone from the Creator Clash subreddit pointed out that they got banned from r/iDubbbz for bringing up the event delay. Creator Clash 3 was just delayed. How come no one's posting about this? You have been permanently banned from participating in r/iDubbbz. So another creator has come out and spoken out about Creator Clash.
Also, hey, speaking of IRL and meeting, I do need to let you guys know. The official announcement has not been made. However, I believe Will Neff has announced it, and maybe possibly some other people. Creator Clash is being postponed. It's not going to happen in June. It's not going to happen in Tampa. So yeah, Creator Clash postponed, will not be in Tampa, will not be in June. I know, really shitty news. However, I think under all the circumstances and everything that has happened over the last however many months, this is the correct decision. At the end of the day, we are trying to raise money for charity, and
iDubbbz really messed that up, bro. You would think that that would be his focus instead of starting petty internet drama beefs for no reason other than to make money off of Hasan and Ethan Klein's drama.
We want to do everything possible to raise as much money as possible. I don't know what the concrete plan is. I believe end of October might be when everything happens.
It's crazy. They just have this random girl going out and speaking on behalf of the event.
Yo, bro, when I kept saying, who is this? I was dead serious. I was like, who is this person talking? Like, and I sound like they know all the information. Who is this? And then Aspen Gold came on and was like, yeah, it's funny how they just got this girl on here talking.
Then
sound crazy.
It's actually insane how dumb this is. It's not her fault. She didn't do anything wrong. Man, who's running this shit? And so there you go. It's pure cowardice. I think they're afraid to admit it, because if they admit it, then maybe they have to do refunds. Like, I'm not really sure exactly if that's it, but it's some real dumb shit, man. I feel like they're canceling it for sure. They should just do refunds. Like, at this point, with how many things like this that have happened,
regardless if they're canceling it, they should allow refunds. Like, it sounds crazy for them not to.
And yeah, they're gonna probably cancel it.
Okay, so basically it's never going to happen. I don't know what they're even doing now, changing location after people have probably bought flight tickets to the place. Like, I just don't know how you can be this level of incompetent. It's just an iDubbbz and Anissa classic. They failed the previous event. Obviously, they're going to fail this event as well. And the fact that it's a charity event just makes it look like...
Who teach y'all how to box? This nigga don't know how to box. It's like, what was he doing?
Like fraud, and they use this charity thing as a defense from all criticism. Also, what a strategy. When it all failed, just transfer the responsibility to someone else and act like you're doing a noble thing. But anyways, moving on to Taylor Lorenz. We have this person leaking DMs with Taylor, who apparently thinks that Ethan killed his dog.
During this conversation with Taylor, I had said to her, in addition to the CPS thing, they were spreading this lie that he killed Shredder. And this is what she fucking says. The CPS stuff is definitely not okay.
Who the hell is this?
And of course, Ethan didn't mean to kill his dog. Does that sound like someone who doesn't believe Ethan killed his dog? Or is this someone who believed the lie and thinks he accidentally killed Shredder? Okay. Ethan didn't mean to kill his dog, but he did. And I said, he didn't kill his dog. And she just goes, right. I know you can't read subtext in DMs, but that feels like she said, sure, Jan. This literally was like their child. And she is just callously believing that he would kill his dog because, hold on, let's scroll up here and see what she accused me of. I haven't consumed the same Reddit content as you. Well, now I know what Reddit content you're consuming because the only people who think Ethan killed Sweet Shredder are people who are deep in the snark subreddits. And then she says the dog had liver
that's nasty work.
failure or something. No. And I said kidney disease. You don't know anything. You don't know anything about the fucking situation. This is psychotic.
More slander towards Ethan. I mean, is anybody surprised at this point? I feel like if you're a Hasan simp, you just need to be banned from journalism. Tom Ward, Ethan Klein's ad manager, reacts to Taylor Lorenz's recent weaponization of therapy speak and crybaby tactics. I would rather be tied to a chair and have gasoline poured on me than be given the condescending fake concern talk when they ignore what a piece of shit they are and instead tell you that they're really worried about your mental health and you're just in a bad place in your life. Oh, that's so nice. Now go F yourself, you piece of shit. Now click this video or your firstborn son.
Son, he's about to say something nuts. Anyway. Hit the like button, share the video, watch more videos. It's crazy out here in these streets.